Hello, this is Tim Page in the Page basement of 14 Willowbrook Road, Stores, Connecticut. I became a movie producer when one of my good friends, Ken Cameron, started to film an adventure film. Well, we decided not to do an adventure film. His was going to be 150 feet anyway. We decided to film a 25-foot film called A Little Fight with Comedy. I got a pie in my face twice. Michael Flynn, a good friend who you will see in a few movies in a minute, got his pie in the face once. Well, we took this film to the store, we developed it, and we were thrilled about what would happen. Then it came back from the film shop blank. You may see parts of A Little Fight, but only as leader tonight.
That's very good. Tell me, what we filmed this afternoon, describe to me the story you had in mind, because we didn't really understand it.
Oh, well, we did a film called The Fall of a Nation, the story of children who have taken over the world. In this film, there was the soldiers of Lollipopovia, taken from Lollipop, and Gamerica. And Gamerica was losing. I was the boy. Betsy Page was the sister beloved. Rick Page was the younger brother. We were a family, and we are, in truth, a family.
Okay, now for the close-up of the younger brother.
Be talking.
Now be talking, Hal. You guys know? Okay, we'll be right beside you. Piece together. Talk. Cut. Okay, now for the sister below. Hey, come on. Hey! Okay, now get my face.
Hold it. You ready?
Yeah. Hey, now that was good.
I never really use a script. I prefer to have a rough outline and then just improvise. And like I'm known to say to the gang, anyone have an idea for a scene? I never really use scripts. I sometimes, sometimes have written a script, and I feel that it's a waste of tape because sometimes I've got just enough to kill the guy off. Then I find out I've got about 10 more feet left, so we usually end up filming characteristics, everyone doing things that they did often in the picture.
Whoa! Okay, now for a shot of Ken laughing meanly.
Okay. Oh, this'll be
Right,
great.
action! Camera! Cut!
Oh, that's
Now
great.
for a lot, you'll be sneering cruelly.
Light, you get ready?
Light.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Action, camera!
Oh, I do.
You'll be laughing and slapping your straight up.
And look
straight up.
mean.
Look
Yes,
mean.
look
Like
mean.
you're a soldier. Soldiers are supposed to have
Hold
good
it.
posture.
Pretend you're a
Light.
bull. Can you get it?
Light! Laugh! Action! Camera! Cut!
Do you always star in your own film?
In the film which you may see later, The Immigrant, I did not star. My little brother starred, and my little brother starred in another film called Lakehurst, in which I was a screaming lunatic. In our first films, Mike Flynn starred in the first one, my little brother starred in the next. In Willowbrook Road, Betsy Page was a star. In The Affairs of Peter Lockers, I got a starring role. In The Widow's Via, of course, Ann Beddoe, who you saw as the lady who kept jumping up and down and knocking kids over fences, starred
Where
in
do
The
you
Widow's
get your
Via.
ideas?
Oh, I adore Birth of a Nation, Intolerance, the 1903 version of Great Train Robbery. I love Chaplin and the Gold Rush. I found hilarious. I like Keaton a lot, and I like Lloyd, not as a particular. I like Mabel Normand. In other words, I just like all the silent screen stars. I feel that they had almost perfected a fine, almost a universal language when sound came in.
We'll film it slowly, but it'll be very fast.
Is Kobe in the film?
Kobe is a
Kobe's
permanent filmer.
Oh. He's not in the film at all.
Okay, now, Tommy, remember, when I say lights, it means nothing. When I say action, you start running. When I say camera, he goes on. Okay, get back there. set. Where is it?
Opposite is out here.
Okay. Lights! Action! Camera! Cut. Hold on. Okay, again. Again, hey, back here. I know. Betsy. Don't. Lights, action, camera. I got you. Okay, he'll go like this, and then Betsy, you'll go. And I'll go. And Ricky will go, and then we'll get a close-up of Tom later.
We talk happily, and then he comes.
You're talking halfway, and then he comes in.
All right.
Lights,
Tim, you don't have to say.
action, camera. Well, it's sort of stupid, but... Quick, cut! Now, close-up of Tom talking excitedly. We'll be right back.
In front of him. Me?
Hold it. Don't smile. Lights, camera, action. Cut. I have a lot of fun because I think up techniques. I like, every so often, taking my fist, I thought maybe it would be great to add a thrill. So I said, maybe a fist at the camera would be good. And so I said, Rick, let's have some fun. You are going to put your fist at the camera, hard, and it ended up something like this. And the camera sort of shook, and then Mike Flynn would start heaving backwards. No fist could be seen. It created a perfect illusion, and without the immigrant, we wouldn't have filmed The Fall of the Nation, Depression, Bright Glenn, The Widow's Via, any of our best films.
Now, don't you dare hit me!
Lie down.
How am I supposed to do it?
I'll show you.
Why didn't I just jump over
Kobe,
him?
does this create an illusion? Look through the...
Yes!
Yes!
Good! Too good an illusion!
Where's the ramrod? You lost the fuse on that. Right. Action. Camera.
Lost the ramrod.
Cut. Oh, sorry.
Did I get
Sorry,
you?
Kobe.
Whoops, sorry.
Oh, Kobe.
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
Well, you're a director. You really yell a lot. Now, why is it that they take all that? Why do you suppose they help you out so much?
Their hands. That's one of the reasons, at least. I know for a fact that when I go to school, I speak about my movies often as not only the films I make, but the films I collect. And so these people decide they come up to me, even my worst enemies, they come up and say, "Hey, Paige, can I be in one of your movies?" I say, drop by and have a screen test sometime. We don't have screen tests, but it gets them off my back. Meanwhile, the ones that I do admit, I admitted Ann Benno. I'm not sure why, because those were in my early days when I had 10 people. Now I've got over 30, and a lot of them are ape-like morons.
So not everyone is equal as an actor, huh?
Yes, I've got firsts, seconds, and thirds. First, I feel I have great acting talent, and these are Ken Cameron, Ann Benno, Cindy Matkin, Rick Page, me, Mike Flynn, and let me see, I believe I have another, Amy Sandberg.
Now, what is it about them that makes them better? Since they're silent films, it isn't their voice. It must have something to do with their movement.
Well, I used to like Amy a lot.
You'll go like this. Okay. Now,
Hold it.
At the camera, of course.
Camera, and when you fall, don't land on one of these rubs.
5 minutes with the Okay, lights, action, camera.
Really?
I hope you haven't gotten any. Lights, action, camera.
Lights like Camaro.
Cut.
Oh, no, he's gonna ruin the whole thing.
That hurt. Oh, it won't hurt now.
Yeah, if I don't extend that. Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, he is our stunt man. He wants it. He likes it. Stunt man.
Almost.
Doesn't win. Action, camera. Cut. You'll die at the end of this side, but you'll reappear in the dream scenes.
All right.
Lights, action, camera. Cut. Cut. Ow! Okay. I will say that just for the film. That hurt. Okay, next scene is Betsy knocking Paul when Mike comes in and shakes her away. Okay, go. Mike, now you'll hear something. Put your hand up to your ear. Okay, now you girls. Daddy, jump on Mike. Untie. Okay, now get her untying. Okay, now you girls run away. Mike, you. First get the girls running away, then get Mike going like this, and then women, okay? Girls run that direction. This direction. Okay. Right, action. Here. Go. Be up before you're chased. Okay, now, and you push Dean off. Cut. After our first film that we tried, Affairs of Peter Lockers, we decided to use the close-up. We made far advances in technique, not in story, plot, filming, or anything else. Well, filming in a way, technique, but in this film, because we used close-ups for the scene where,
Well, what made you use close-ups? What gave you the idea? Why'd you like it?
Well, they were almost vital for this because in this church scene, singers are there, and we had to get them singing, you know. And then we had to get the actors' faces who are getting married, you know, going. Willowbrook Road, time 1958. Well, we opened it just like Sunset Boulevard.
In that original.
A marriage. Me and Betsy. Me 11, she 10. The minister is 8. Singers at the wedding.
Oh, boy.
Oh, promise me.
Nice to keep these marriages in the family.
Yeah. Okay, now she gets up. Woo! She catches bouquet.
What about violence in your films?
Violence?
Yes, and killing.
We have a lot of it.
Why? Do you feel this helps us?
I don't feel it helps it, but we're not. You need more to be, I think, a comedian than a tragedian. Because, well, comedy, you have to have a gag, and everything has to be precise. But in these films, you can sort of, in a way, let loose, because you don't have to have gags. All you need is a rough outline, and then just...
What about the recent filmmakers? Have you heard of Fellini?
Oh, yes. My mom won't let me go to see any of his films.
That was a year ago. We've taken advantage of Tim being here in New York for a young filmmakers convention to ask him a couple of questions. I'm Louis Friedman. Tim, in a year, have you seen anything by Fellini?
No, not yet. I would like to someday. But my mom still won't let me see any of his movies.
How soon do you expect to be able to break it?
As soon as I'm allowed to see every movie that comes there.
I see. Have you made many films since in this past year?
I've made quite a few, to tell you the truth. I've made at least 20 since that film was made.
20 films in a year? How long does it take you to make a film?
Sometimes it's taken me 5 hours, but it's also taken me 3.
Have your films improved in the last year, do you think?
Immeasurably.
In what way?
Well, they're a lot more technique-y. I think we can tell a story better. Because if I had shown you the immigrant dying and all that stuff, you might have thought it was a very nice home movie without me narrating it.
I'd like to ask David a couple of questions. David, incidentally, Tim, you're how old?
I'm 13.
You're not 10. You're
No,
13.
people
David,
say I'm 10.
how old are you?
26.
And you've been filming for us over at the Filmmakers Convention. What do you think of that convention?
It's phenomenal. I've never seen anything like it. This is the first time 800 kids from around the country have gotten together to make movies, or rather to show the movies that they've made. And there's kids with no money, and there's kids with lots of money, and there's kids from the East and kids from the West, and there's kids 3 years old and 8 years old, and there's kids 18 years old, and they're all making movies. So.
Who makes the best pictures, the rich kids or the poor kids?
They both make great pictures. Poor kids seem to make pictures that come out of their own life, that come out of the lives of their friends, the lives of their fathers and mothers, and the lives of their community. The rich kids seem to make films that don't come out of their lives at all, but come out of what they see, colors, lights, kind of lines, forms, shapes. The poor kids are more involved with reality. The rich kids are more involved with surreality.
Is Tim typical of a young filmmaker, do you think?
Tim yes, Tim is a good example of what's happening to kids all over. And he's different in that he works with actors where lots of other kids are working just with their house and their car and their dog and colors and lights.
Let me ask Tim a question. Tim, what do you think about the films you've seen by the other kids?
Well,
Are they good?
as a whole,
Yeah, have you seen some that you really think are good?
yes.
What about most of them? Are they good or bad?
Most of them are, there are a lot of them are alike. I think most of them are sort of right in the middle. But there are some marvelous ones I've seen, and there are also some very poor ones. There's one by a 3-year-old girl.
And that is a poor one or a marvelous
No,
one?
well,
It's hard to
I
judge
don't
a
know.
3-year-old's
It's
picture.
very, for a
Listen,
3-year-old, it's the greatest film ever
the
made.
best 3-year-old movie. One more quick question. Do you read a lot? Books?
Yes, I do.
Novels?
Yes, I do.
Do you like that?
I prefer seeing films, but I do enjoy reading a great deal. I think it's
Just curious.
just wonderful.
As one pseudo-intellectual to another. Thank you very much, Tim Page.